Okay, so now we're going to Nehemiah Perek Dalet, which is the last Perek that we are responsible for. In Nehemiah Perek Dalet, we meet that Nehemiah is trying to go ahead and trying to continue to build the walls of Yerushalayim, but then the locals decide that they're going to try to attack. And again, if you look in Pasuk Gimel, let me get the Pasuk for you. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Share my screen. Pasuk Gimel says, "Vanitpalel Elokeinu." First thing he does is to daven. That's Nehemiah. Very first thing. And he goes ahead and he develops a guard system, night and day, and which is really very, very important because we see that the Jews are learning to go ahead and to protect themselves and to fight for themselves. And that's why this is such an important parak. And then in Pasuk Vav, you have the Yikasher Bo'ah Yudim Yishmitzlan. You had Jews interspersed amongst the non-Jews that were there, and so they heard that there was an attack which was being prepared by the enemies of the Jewish people, and they also tell them exactly where these attacks are going to take place, so that Nehemiah has help from the local Jews and getting a sense of achdut and of defending themselves and preparing themselves. Now, the most important thing that you find in this parak, which becomes very, very important in terms of modern day tzionut as well, let's say modern day of 150 50 years ago. So it's so that you have the Jewish people defending themselves, and since they knew where the enemies were attacking, they were able to go ahead and they were able to protect themselves. And now they're going ahead and they are trying to rebuild the wall, as at the same time they have to be wary of future attacks. So, like saying Pasuk Aleph, Habonim b'choma v'anosim b'sevel omsim ba'achat yodo osem lacha v'achat machzeker hashalach. In other words, so you have one hand that you're doing the work with, and the other hand you have your arms, you have your weapons. And this becomes very, very much the idea of the early Tzionim, that we're going to go ahead, we're going to build the land. A lot of people here that don't like us, but we're going to go ahead and we'll, if you look in Pasuk Vav, v'anachta usim b'hamlacha, v'chatziam machazikim barimachim, you have half of the people that have spears, me'alot hashachar atzeit kochavim. And that becomes what the Tzionim, the early Zionists, had to do. On the one hand, they are building the land. On the other hand, they have to protect themselves and the land as well. Thank you.